Okay, we're back. Back with some more. Oh, it's been a while. It's been quite a long while. Been putting it off for a while, obviously. This just takes a lot of energy. I gotta think about stuff, and my voice dies out usually when I record these videos. Next, though, we're stopping off and starting with Shigong Cat. Shigong Cat. This is a pretty easy one. Actually, let me look at what we have again. It has Zombie Killer. It's actually immune to slow. Many people don't know this. Many people don't check. They don't know right away. It's immune to slow. Single attack and it's resistant to zombies. Single attack, very strong for its single attack. It costs like 300 something. Really good for its price. I think it's almost as good as Ramen Cat in usability. Like Ramen Cat, the difference between Ramen and Shagon Cat is that Ramen Cat can hold up a bit more against other types that aren't just Angel than Shagon. Shagon can handle pretty well against other units. He's not like a bricked unit if you're not fighting against zombies for some reason. But he's not that good. Like Ramen Cat does way more. It meat shields better. It's cheaper too. It's just better overall. But the damage for this guy is pretty good, especially against zombies because he'll survive long enough. He himself, he can take care of tons of zombies, so like I would actually put him broken in a good way. He's really good. Like you don't really need much other units against zombies. He can tank against Dreadbear really easily. He can hold off Dreadboar too. You can stack units to defend against these zombies really easily if you're mostly going against zombies. And even if they have some support that's not against zombies, you can take care of them easily. But Shagon Cat just holds the line really well. And you can send him out often enough that he's just really good. It's like probably the best zombie unit to use. Not there's like better zombie anti-zombie units, but that's just like they cost more, like Ubers. And for his price, he's like the best in the whole game against zombies. Is there any other unit I'm missing off the top of my head? I don't think so. Shagan's just too good. Like if you're fighting against zombies, it's always good to run them in a deck. Okay, next we got, our little friend Prisoner Cat, strong against red and long range. This guy was pretty good back in the day, especially when you're doing these 4-star stages in the Stories of Legends. You usually use them against Master A. Master A is the red one, right? No, Master A was the traitless was Professor A? One of those dudes. It's the red anteater. It's quite the long range, and even overall just helping against other units in the 4-star decks, 4-star stages, he'll be useful enough. You can like get a few hits on Yandam and stuff, red Yandam. And what other units? Right, it's just against a lot of these units. Like the range just helps. It costs quite a bit, and you can't send them that often, but you can stack them quite easily. I always stack them quite a bit. You can get maybe like 3 or 4 of them before you get pushed back. Either you win or they die. Oh, also against the not just regular the regular Neondum, but like the boss in that one chapter, Prince of Darkness, I think. You can tank, or you can fight him pretty well. He's strong, does some nice little chip damage. He's not pretty nifty. Like, it's just a single attack's kind of keeping him back. But he does usually hit with a single attack. It's just his range is good enough that you're not really going to have much issues running him in 4-star decks because you're really not going to run him anywhere else. But for what he's used for, that's what he's used for. He's pretty good. I got him level 50. One of the first special cats, no, he's just a rare cat, I mean. One of the first rare cats that is not from the cat capsules, the rare cat capsules that I got maxed out to level 50. I would say, hmm, I would say he should be, I wish he was better though, like to catch up. He's above this tier, I would say, just because of his usability. Like, sure, some of these cats might be better as a uh like this cat and this cat can do more than this cat, but like his range just helps overall and his purpose, I would say, which is for 4-star crowns, I think he would be here. I think he'd be around below mid tier, but he's one I really want to be better. Okay, Gentleman Bros. Gentleman Bros stops, stops red or freezes. And weird thing now, when they added like the barrier breaking and stuff for the starred aliens, he has barrier breaker. Like I don't use him for barrier breaker. Like what? Like when did they add that? Like what the heck? Or like why? It's like not that useful. Like because his damage isn't very good. And getting close to starred aliens that have barrier, where you got Project Age just gonna warp you back, right? What else you got? You're pretty slow. You're not gonna really do much. Like usually when they got starred aliens, they have support and they got pretty decent range. So like starred Peng is gonna kill you really easily. It's got quite big range for a penguin, but stalling against like certain red units, you'd probably only use them against like Berserkori and 4 crown stages, where you gotta deal with them and you gotta maybe send out. Back then, you didn't have a lot of support against waves, so you wouldn't have like your Spooky Naneko to stop the wave attacks, or if you're not lucky, you don't have Cat Machine, you don't have Cat Machine, or Yaminora, which is I think Yaminora is the name of that one a pixie unit that can stop waves too. You don't have a lot of waves back then, and we didn't have Octopus Cat back then either. So we would use what would we use? This is before Octopus Cat got its true form. I think I would just use really strong resistant against red units. I think he's kind of bad. He's really bad actually. Very specific use cases. Just in terms when you can't kill Berserker because there's certain stages where you can't. If you kill Berserker too fast, the base and you get attacked the base, it'll just send out units at you. So you want to stall instead of killing them faster, which should be a good use for Gentleman Bros. You don't really need just to freeze red enemies because you got better freeze options anyways, and then red has the most anti-support against, or the most support against red enemies, so you really don't need this guy. Like freezing red enemies is not a big deal at all. It's better to just kill them faster. I would say he's stupid in a bad way, just because I would put him in only in stupid, but he's stupid in a bad way because he has a barrier breaker. Like you're not gonna use barrier breaker, dude. I don't think I even remember using him. Maybe once to try it out, and then immediately got rid of the idea of using him for his barrier breaker ability. It's better just to use. There's a little. I forgot. There's little This has barrier breaker. Yeah, it's just better. A better version. Sure, they pair against red enemies with starred aliens as well, and some of the Cats of the Cosmos levels. But like, what? You're not gonna use them. Oh my gosh, look at this. Nyaladdin. Nyan or Nyaladdin? One of those two. Wave attacks. I think this is the first wave attack unit in the game, if I remember correctly, and or at least the first one I've gotten. Maybe they released them when they released the wave enemies, or was it one of the Nekalugas? Might have been the Nekaluga Uber Rare, but I didn't have them back then. I got this unit first. Oh, and when he introduced waves, oh my gosh, it sounded so cool, like it attacks with extra range, delivering extra damage in an energy wave. Like what? That sounds so cool. When I got his true form, I want to get his true form, and I beat him. Like oh, that's awesome. But it sucks so bad. His base damage not only sucks, like it's basically like how do I call it? Like almost like because he already just has area attack, right? You got a bunch of units that have area attack, and not only can area attack change, like they got a larger area of attack. So let's say that this guy he has a larger area of attack than maybe what's another good example? Let's say what's like it has a longer area of attack than a wall cat does. Like yeah, area attack can change. It's not like a static characteristic ability of a cat, but to have wave attack that's only one wave long, which the first wave I saw, if I remember, I might have seen some video about like the Nekaluga with the wave attacks first, but like the first actual real unit with wave attack, because like Ubers were kind of hard to get by or hard to get back then, I would say. So like really, this is realistically your only way of getting a wave attack unit. It was so bad. Like first usage of wave attacks, like it's awful. Like it's only 1 bar. His damage sucks. It's basically like slightly longer range for an area of attack, but just in wave form. Like I'm sure you even got like this guy has longer area of attack than this dude. It's not the best example, but like there's people with area attack that have longer range area of attack than this guy with wave attack. It sucks so badly, and I used him a few times to try him out just because I got his true form, and he sucked, and he always sucked. It's actual trash. Okay, wrestling cat. This is one of the few good rare cats you could get from events. It was actually really good getting his true form. Like, it was one of the first cats I remember having immune to freeze, and it actually putting in some work. Like, you gotta deal with that festive Nyandam. You can freeze your dudes sometimes, mostly that, but not only that, he has like pretty good base HP for having strong against red, which is very useful for crown stages, just to do some damage against these ginger snaches and maybe tank a little bit against the boar. It's not that bad. Area attack is pretty good. The strong against red really keeps it up, and it doesn't do terribly against other units. It does really bad, but not terribly. It's not stupid in a bad way. It's actually pretty good for what it does. I would say it's I would put him up here. Does she deserve to go up here? Oh, she's pretty good. I wish she had more HP at least. I would say she's hmm. Dude, this tier list is looking so weird now. Why do I have why do I have him this low? Why do I have him? I mean, I guess there's so many good cats, right? So the mid tier would, even if they're really good cats, it's because of his usability, right? It's like mostly against trade list. I would say I would put you below mid tier. I think that fits. I would put her up here too. She's good enough for the rare cats. I would say. I think it's fine. Right? Oh, it's a hard choice. Do I do that? I don't know. I think I do. I'll leave it there. Okay. Got green shell cat. Green shell cat is just has a bunch of stuff it's good against. Let me freaking remember. It's immune to weaken, immune to slow, immune to waves. Yeah, it's not immune to surges, but it's immune to waves. It's immune to warp. Really good. Single attack, who cares? It does decent damage. So what? It's like 10,000 damage, 15,000 damage. It's immune to knockback too. It's a big thing. One of the biggest abilities it has is probably immune to knockback. There's a bunch of units that you want get knocked back against. Like you got Elder Sloth. You got what other? That's the first thing I can think of. Elder Sloth. You got Red Energy. That's a newer one. There's a bunch of other ones I'm not thinking off the top of my head. Oh yeah, you got H-Na. Yeah, that's one of the big ones right there. H-Na's like really good against stalling in Weak and Madly Acidic, right? It's that one stage where you gotta deal with riding Mina. I think it was called Learn to Love. I forgot actually. What the heck? So for stalling units, it was way better back then. There's a lot more units now, especially with Surge. It's not immune to Surge. It was supposed to be like immune to like a lot of stuff mostly. But now, since they added more of these debuffs, it's not as good later on as well. Like, especially since Relics came out, they just deal too much damage to this guy anyway. I would say he's probably pretty nifty units. Is he pretty nifty? He has like one little cat combo, I think, with Cameraman Cat for speed up. I use that cat combo sometimes. I think it's not a bad cat combo, especially. I think I use that cat combo for a speed up against Learn to Love stage as well, just to get to the units faster so I don't get pushed back by Mina. It has really good base HP, but you can't send him out that often. Costs like 720. Good cost. The problem is that he's a long recharge rate. Nowadays, like Stone Cat takes care of the problem if you got like a recharge cat combo. Um, is this cat? I think this cat is pretty nifty. Oh yeah, I said I would evolve. I would change this list once I got the okay. I got the true form for this cat now. Okay. I finally got the picture here. This is I think I wanna put it here. I think I think yikes, 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 yikes. Should I put it there? Is it better? Does it deserve to be next to Ramen Cat? Against Relics for what it does? 100% chance of weakening. It's so good against behemoths, so good against behemoths. Takes care of a lot of problems, but some of the behemoths are actually immune to weakening, which you mostly use him against, and he's really good against other types. But still, I think it's just the way he's built, like his stats, his range, how close he has to get. I think I'll put him here for now. Ooh, he's so good. What other units? I can't see them. Where's the other unit? I got you. Okay, you. You're not broken. Oh, you can tank really good against those behemoths, but once they start sending out the relic scrolls, you get wrecked. Which they do send out relic scrolls when you do with behemoths, with the relic behemoths. They do send out relic scrolls. So you gotta watch out for that. But then you just send a super feline to take care of the business. Does he deserve to be broken in a good way? And this, yeah, you deserve to be here too. True formed is still not that much. It's pretty much the same. Deserves to be here. Pretty nifty. I think you'll be here fine. You're not as good as these units. Barely. I would say barely. If you had, if you were also like resistant against a coup, I would put you here. But no. Okay, we got Koi Cat. Koi Cat. Our little friend Koi Cat. So Koi Cat was one of the coolest looking cats I remember from back in the day. I was like, damn, this cat's kind of like floating off the ground. Has all this cool like little details around it. Koi cat, strong against red. Pretty good range, area attack. The problem is the damage. The damage is so bad. Like even against red, like the damage is so bad normally. Let's say that strong makes it do 2 times more damage. That's basically nothing. That's like saying, oh, what if little cat had strong against red? Like, yeah, you're not gonna use it for its damage. Maybe it's better for fighting, like HP wise for defending. The little, if little basic cat had strong against red, maybe it can take one more hit from a ginger snake or something. But like you use this cat for damage and stacking ability, you can stack him kind of, but it's not like his range isn't as long as like a King Dragon cat or anything. If it was that long, I would put it a tier higher. But since it's so bad, I think it's stupid. Does it deserve to be stupid in a bad way? Because against reds, it doesn't really matter. I think so, just because of its price. 615 cost for this dude that does barely anything. Gomon Cat does more damage than freaking Kiss and Koi probably against red enemies. Like, and you can't even get any talents for Kiss and Koi, right? So if you get Gomon, I don't have this talent up, but if you get Gomon talent up with attack up, it's gonna do way more DPS than you, and it costs less too, and it has money up. Freaking. Okay, you know, I'm gonna put you in actual trash. I don't know what I was thinking. It deserves to be in actual trash. Okay, with the next unit, Madame de Savannah. Madame de Savannah, quite a cool name. It's immune to warp. Survives. Back then, there were not many survive units. It was a cool idea. Survives. I think the true form got a little bit more HP. I've used it a bit for 4-star levels. It wasn't that good, but it was usable in the beginning. I don't think it's usable in Uncanny Legends if you get the 4-star there. I don't think so. There's no way. I think it's stupid in a bad way just because its cost is kind of expensive nowadays, and its damage kind of sucks. It's really like, yeah, I know they're supposed to tank, but for their tanking ability, there's way better options at a cheaper price that you can send out. And the for the cost surviving 600 for a cost for surviving. I don't know, does it always survive? I forgot. That's how little I use it. Let's say it always does. I don't. I think it always does. I can't even remember. Let's say it always does, but it's still really bad. Like what? What are you gonna tank against? Like use you against pufferfish, take a hit, get killed, then you're gonna attack pufferfish right away and then get hit again. If you had a slower attack, still it's so bad. I don't want to go into changing its like abilities to make it better. It's stupid in a bad way. It's not trash. It's more usable than trash. Okay, Kite Cat's one of the worst cats in the entire game. What can I say about this unit? The true form came out. I can't even remember. This is so long ago. I think the true form zombies didn't exist yet. or had its true form for a while without zombie killer because zombies weren't a thing yet. But when they added zombies, they added zombie killer to certain units. They changed up certain stats, just like with like Devil Cat, its true form. I forgot Skeleton Cat, whatever his name was. Not that good unit. It has area attack Kite Cat for Kite Cat, area attack, long range, and now good against zombies. I haven't used this unit probably years, like actually. And if I have used it, it's probably only been in like the legend stages, or yeah, legend stages and ancient forest labyrinth. When I get this unit, I don't even know how much damage it does. I know its damage sucked when I had it level 30, but I've been leveling up all my riot cats to like trying to get them to level 50. I've got to level 40. I think its damage still so bad. It's actually trash. Costs 800. That's not good, and you're not gonna use them for zombies. Yours better. You probably have better chance killing zombies with freaking cheerleader cat than this dude. This is actually crazy. Not really though, but I'm just saying how much I hate this cat. It's so bad. 800 cost, just pay like 100 more. Get freaking cyber cat or Paris cat's true form. What was it? Cyberpunk? No, cyberpunk. Freaking cyber whatever. Cyber cat does more damage. Like freaking probably like 20,000 more damage than this unit. This guy's freaking long range doesn't help at all against zombies. Like you're, you're not gonna really stall zombies to like keep them back. It's just use Shagon cat, kill them, and then like Housewife cat. What are you gonna do with this dude? Housewife cat has long range, but it does way more than this dude. Even though a housewife costs like 100 something more, it's just so bad. Okay, Iron Claw 10 or freaking no, it's Iron Claw. Freaking thinking of Roman numerals in my head. What the heck? Iron Claw X. So Iron Claw X is immune to weaken. Like okay, whatever. If there's like every unit, we're not sure what to give it. Like what it's good against. Like oh, you want to upgrade it a little bit, but not like something important that much. You just give it like weak immune to weaken, and it's call it a day, right? You had that happen to like Gamiriana. Like oh, actually for Gamiriana it did help quite a bit. Dude, you had a lot of annoying angels weakening your attack power. It's always good for Gamirion to get like an easy 60,000 damage every time without worrying about weakening, which is fine. But for this unit, his base HP doesn't really help that much that it matters. Like he's gonna get knocked back. He has too many knockbacks. Like if he had no knockbacks until he just died, it'd probably be a little better. It's immune to warp. Like yeah, they had freaking warping, and then immune to warp. I'm still not gonna use this unit against starred aliens. They're just way better rare cats. Way better rare cats. Just use Catalyte. Catalyte with even just non starred alien units. Just Cyber Cat. Just use freaking King Dragon Cats with Chill Cats. Do way more than Iron Claw X. But for these bad rare units, I think its damage isn't that bad. It's like a multi-hit into 3, I think, or was it into 2? Either way, it's like a multi-hit. And like the last hit is the strongest. I forgot how much it does. I think it does pretty decently, maybe like 10,000, 15,000, somewhere. It's not stupid in a bad way. It could be actually because it's trying to make it strong against starred aliens. It's not trash though. Does it belong up here? Does it? Would it belong? I don't think it belongs. You can't really stack them that much because it costs quite a bit, like 2,340. I remember because it's freaking a weird number. Pretty cool number, I guess, but like it's a number that costs a lot, and I don't think you can send them out that often. That's the problem, right? There's just better options. That just send out 3 Cyber Cats instead, or just send out like 1.5. Just send out one King Dragon Cat. It has longer range. Also, it doesn't have you don't gotta worry about the slow attack or his last attack hitting, cause like let's say his first attack knocks back a unit. His last attack, which is his strongest, is gonna miss. It's just not that good. It's stupid in a bad way. Oh, it kind of hurts because he's not that insanely bad. But I don't run him that often. I think these units are significantly better, I would say. Yeah, he could go here, I guess, but I'll put him here for now. Okay, now we got some. Oh, look at this. Quizmaster Cat, right? Knockback metal. Okay, back then, when you gotta deal with metal cats or metal enemies, metal cats. Oh my gosh, it's already starting. How long has the video been going on for? I don't know, but I'm starting to lose my mind. Michelangelo cat was what you'd use back then when metal was a bigger deal. You had less options for critical striking. You had to use more rare cats, and you didn't have talents, so Catasaurus was a bit more worse back then. It was still one of the best against metal cats back then, but it wasn't as consistent. So you would have to knock him back. What you got to deal with a Metal Cyclone. You'd probably use Michelangelo cat back then. I think I did use Michelangelo cat back then against Metal Cyclone when they were coming out with that. So it was good back then, but even with the true form, I think it knocks back farther more often too when I tried it. But really, the meta nowadays with dealing with metal cats is just critical striking and at most weakening. Weakening's pretty good against like you got the oh I can't believe I forgot his name. Rice, not freaking what was his name? Oh, Mochi Cat. Yeah, the Mochi. Freaking pounding the Mochi Cat. He's one of the best debuff cats. Mostly it's just against one unit, which is Sir Metal Seal. Well, we'll get on that later. But Quizmaster Cat against metals, it's whatever. It's just it's way faster to deal with metals in other ways. Did Quizmaster Cat have I think it had area attack. If it had area attack, it can do pretty good crowd control against metal enemies. But if it did, I think it did. I think I remember it having. So it's not that bad. If it was single attack, it would be so awful. But for since it's you're not gonna use this cat against metals, but it's usable, I guess. It's I think actually can it be below mid tier? Is it like the same thing with like Ecto Punch Cat? Whatever is Ecto something. Ectoplasm, Ecto Punch. It's the same thing with you that it's better to fight him than knocking him back, and there's better knocking back options than you. Also, you don't do that much damage. It's just better with Shagong Cat comboed with like freaking um Holy Blast. I guess you could fit here, right? This is kind of like the below mid tier is kind of like the thing where there's better options, but you're not that bad. But so is stupid. This isn't that stupid. Hmm, I think I'll put you in stupid just because of just for the fact that there's way better options and that you're most likely never gonna use them again. Okay, this one's a pretty good cat back then. Space Marine Cat when its true form came out. It was pretty good actually. Barrier Breaker. It had decent enough range, though it cost quite a bit at like around 600 for its Barrier Breaker ability, and it's decent enough chance of critting and barrier breaking. It was alright of an option back then, but now since there's way better options available, like it's not stupid. It's probably below mid tier just for the sake of its range. You can actually stack this unit quite a bit. If it didn't have barrier breaker, or if it didn't have either critical or a barrier breaker, if it was missing one of those, it would be. Oh, my freaking mouse disconnected. Let me. My mouse. My mouse connected again? Ah, come on. Okay, my mouse is connected. If it was missing one of those, it would be trash. Probably. No, they steeped it in a bad way. Below mid tier, I guess. Okay, Noodle Cats. I was actually surprised when this cat's true form first came out, because it was didn't it add it added something big, which I didn't see much for true forms back then. It added resistant to its abilities. It was mostly just single attack, critical chance kind of against metal enemies, which has had a really low critical strike chance by the way. Sure, you're not using them for that really. You just use them for the cat combo back then, if ever using that cat combo, if there was ever a chance to use them. But for his true form, I would use him back then to tank when we didn't have a future cat. We used this to tank back then against metal enemies. You're not really using it for his chance to critical strike. It's just defense against metal. With Yuka Cat combo with Mochi Cat to make him live longer. Any of these cats actually. Oh, slowing was good back then, but we'll go on that. Okay, I'll put you stupid. You'll see this a lot with against metals is stupid. Well, actually, if you're early on in the game, you don't have Future Cat, but are we ranking it like that? Because I said that earlier with some other cats, right? Like, when you would get this cat, what options you had back then, or like what options you realistically could have. Like, let's say if you haven't deal with all these advent stages, hmm, and you don't have a lot of uber rares or a lot of these late game cats from stages, it's probably a pretty good option. But am I ranking it like that? Oh, I think I should just think of it from now on as like the current me. So I would say, hmm, it's not stupid in a bad way because it's actually kind of usable. Even now, there's just better options. We'll just say stupid. Okay. Puppet Master and Charlie. Metal, effective against metal, slows sometimes, and single attack. It's actually really good. Back then, even when it didn't have its true form, it was good enough. I used them against the Cyclone, Metal Cyclone, even against these other metal enemies like Metal Seal, Super Metal Hippo. Slow them down, it's pretty good. But it is like you would slow them down just to have like Space Marine Cat get a hit and Catasaurus. But there really isn't a point in slowing metals. It's better just to weaken them. I would say, cause even if you got tank units getting close up to Sir Seal, Sir Metal Seal, slow's not gonna matter because the Wildcats get too close in range anyways, or whichever tanks you're gonna use get too close in range anyways. You might as well just want them to do less damage to your enemies. So you just want to weaken instead of slow. It's only really good against Metal Cyclone, and even nowadays, there's way better options to kill Metal Cyclone. You don't gotta deal with that. Critical Strike is the way to go. So you're stupid. You're not that stupid though. Okay, Hoop Master Cat. Actually, not that bad. I wish it's okay. Well, yeah, we gotta explain it first. Okay, single attack against metal. Sometimes freezes. Costs like 600. Kind of expensive for what it does, just because it doesn't activate that much for freezing. But there's space for freezing against metals. Like you'd probably want to freeze like a super metal hippo, because I think there's one stage I remember that they would rush at you with super metal hippos, and you were actually quite kind of buff, so you want to kind of slow them down, which wasn't really that much, because there was like a bunch of them. I think they would stack a bunch of them, so single attack Puppet Master wouldn't be that good against them. So slow, because you're not slowing all of them at the same time, so you want to go for a freeze. Well, you're single attack too, so freezing is not that much different from slowing there. But it does has it's like it has uses to it. Stopping damage is always good, but it's kind of stupid. Is it stupid? Uh, hmm. I think it's stupid in a bad way, just because of how useless it is like nowadays. Oh yeah, I got true form for this nowadays. It's stupid. It could still be stupid in a bad way, just like even though it attacks way faster, like it's so not that good. But just because it has more effectiveness against like relics. But I'm already past the point, kind of. I did all the uncanny stages against relics, so like I don't really care that much. It's only stupid. And this guy, since you can get him to like plus level 50 or 40 now, or whatever it was, he's more useful. I would say he's mid tier. Yeah, put him mid tier. And you're still bad. I haven't gotten you guys upgraded yet. Oh yeah, and I got this cat. This cat, I haven't used it that much, so I do use it, but like I kind of forgot what is it? I think it's immune to weaken. I even forgot its name. Immune to weaken. It had resistance against relics, and it was good against behemoths. Yeah, I think, and multi hit too. Really good range. Not that good of HP, base HP, but good enough to fight against relics. I would say. Hmm. Probably broken in a good way. Yeah. I think it deserves to be around here. Yeah, broken in a good way just because it's not very good against other stuff. Oh, it's also immune to surge. Okay, but this is immune to wave and surge, so does it bring it up to here just against more, having more versatility? I don't think so. Okay, Mochi Cat sometimes weakens middle enemies. The weaken lasts pretty good actually for what it does. Single attack, single freaking single attack. Mine's only level 30 because you don't really need to upgrade for damage or anything. It's just for the weak ability, and you can stack them decently enough. Costs about like 585, I believe, and decent enough range. You gotta deal with all these buffed super metal hippos because you later on you gotta deal with buffed metal enemies. They'll be kind of a problem back in the future. It's mostly Sir Metal Seal. I would say he's fun to use. But is he above mid tier? I already went over this a while ago, didn't I? About like the okay, it wasn't my plan to not think about it too much. Well, I might overthink a lot of stuff, but I don't want to overthink this. I think you're fun to use. Okay, I think that's enough for now. My voice is starting to die. How much units did I do? I didn't do that much, did I? Oh, this is gonna take forever. Well, this is it for now. Peace.